I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich.
What's up, guys? So while I was editing this video, I realized that I didn't film an intro segment.
Yeah, but the hose.
Oh, what? It's too hard to get the hose. That girl all up in my face like she ain't tried to swear.
What's up, guys? It's Quandale Dingle here. I have been arrested for multiple crimes.
Of course, silly me, right? So I can either play a meme, or I can just do the intro right now, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing.
All right, go, Jim. We got Jim! We got Jim!
This is the intro to the Back and By Day, aka part 3 of We Go Gym. So I hope you enjoy. So to start off my back and bicep day, I began with some seated dumbbell curls. I really love this exercise, mainly just because of how well it activates the bicep. I ended up doing 3 sets of 12 to 15, depending on the weight. So I started out with around 20 pounds, I believe, and then worked my way up to 30s. So the goal is to just really set a rep in your mind and try to go for it. Really just focus on your form as well as how you're gripping the dumbbell. So I like to do this weird, I don't know the name of it, but this grip where one side of your hand is actually closer to the edge of the dumbbell. You can see it in the earlier footage, not actually in this video right here, but yeah. So focus on your form and just make sure that you're not really using momentum to swing them upwards. So the next exercise I did was seated lat pull downs. I like this exercise mainly because of the stretch that I feel it gives, as well as the activation in the lats. So my setage and repage is typically 3 by 10 to 12. Especially whenever I get up into those higher weights, my reps tend to go down. So I believe I started here with this warm up, 85 pounds. Then my top set ended up either being 140 or 120. So not super big numbers. Again, I just kind of focus on form and really getting that contraction and stretch. So the second bicep exercise of the day is going to be these cable curls. Now, the whole goal with these is to really target the long head of your bicep, just like you would with hammer curls. So it's really important that you take a little bit of a step back just to kind of get that tension started. The same sort of setage and repage here as I did have with the seated dumbbell curls. So again, 3 by 12 to 15, each time increasing the weight, really just focusing on that contraction and form. So the next back exercise was seated cable rows. So these are really good at targeting sort of your middle and a little bit of your upper back, not necessarily your lats. Make sure you have the form correct. The setage and repage was nearly identical to the lat pull downs. I believe it was 3 by 10 to 12, increasing weight each set. Just really focus on your form and that contraction. So the next bicep exercise I ended up doing was these barbell hammer curls. Pay attention to the grip that I have here. This is the pronated grip as opposed to the supinated one, which would target the short head of the bicep, but we were trying to get the long head of the bicep. So this is the same setage and repage as the cable curls, I believe 3 by 10 to 12. Each time, or each set, try to increase your weight and just really push yourself with these. They'll definitely help fill out your arms if you do them correctly. So this next exercise is called a standing lat pushdown. I really love these, but the thing about them is that the form can be kind of tricky if you don't do it correctly. So you're going to want to step pretty far away from the machine whenever you first set it up. Otherwise, you'll actually begin pulling yourself forward, which is what happens in this clip. Actually take a step forward. So the typical setage and repage is going to be 3 by 10 to 15, mainly because you're using such light weight. But again, I love this exercise so much just because of how well it activates the lower lat, as you can see in this clip. With each set, try to increase the weight, but it's going to be pretty hard to go any higher than about 30 pounds I found. So again, just focus on the contraction and stretch, and you'll be fine. So this time we're going to be doing standing dumbbell curls. This is going to be targeting the short head of the bicep, and it's about the same setage and repage as it was with the seated ones and the hammer curls. So 3 by 10 to 12, try to increase weight each time for each set, and just really focus on the form and the contraction. These next couple clips are actually me just doing these curls. It's sort of repetitive, but definitely pretty sick to see what the pump looks like. I even do some posing at the end, so I know I said no posing until August. I'm keeping that promise, but it's sort of a sneak peek, so hope you enjoy. So here I'm just doing another variation of a seated back row. I believe I did 3 sets of 8 to 10 on this one, mainly just because of how difficult it was. But again, focus on the contraction and squeeze and the form. It's pretty hard to mess these up. So this is actually the last bicep exercise of this workout. These are called spider curls, and they suck. So you typically want to go with lighter weight. The setage and repage is 3 by 10 to 15 with a supinated grip. The whole point of these is to just really target the short head of the bicep, and they do a great job of that, especially with this setup. As you can see, the stretch and the contraction, these suck. I'm telling you right now, it's going to hurt. But just push through it, and it'll help build that great looking peak. So at the end of every back and bi day or chest and tri day, I try to hit shoulders. As you can see right now, I'm doing some side lateral raises. Then you'll see me do another variation to target the rear delt as well as the front delt. I mainly do shoulders just to kind of fill out my physique a little bit more. If you have broad or wider looking shoulders, it just helps add to the triangle shape that I'm trying to go for right now. So that's why I train them so frequently. You can typically get away with doing this with smaller muscle groups just because they recover faster. But be careful. As you can see here, I'm doing really lightweight. I'm even using a 2.5 to slowly increase the weight. I can barely do like 10 pounds on these. It's quite ridiculous. But I have seen some improvements ever since training like this, so I definitely recommend you give it a try.